that Amma says, it's calm the brain down. And we do, actually, we have people there, but it's a very good suggestion, and I think we are, slowly but surely, it's being incorporated with all this. It's a holistic approach. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we can, if here, some of us can do that, that's fine, but it can, or in our case, there are experts who actually provide that service.
Now, if somebody can volunteer, saying, hey, well, the next medical camp we have in New Jersey, somebody can say, hey, I want to volunteer to have a meditation, a brief session, 15 minutes or half hour. Please raise a hand. We will definitely have that incorporated next time in a medical camp.
I just thought
Yes, ma'am.
easier than meditation would be yoga nidra to start with, just to calm down and to make the mind peaceful.
Well, whatever the format we can come up with, so we would need some names, 2 or 3 people's names who can partner with us on the next medical camp. Since I'm not the expert in yoga nidra, I only know nidra. So the experts who want to raise their hand can raise their hand. There's a good chance.
Okay. I can be a part of the yoga nidra program.
What's your name? Answer the laptop.
But I don't live here. I live in Connecticut. So we have to figure that out.
Ramuji, I can also be certified yoga instructor under Amma's.
And the next medical camp.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to. While I have the mic, I just want to thank you and Raul and New Jersey organizers for organizing this. Just for this opportunity for us to literally sit together is in itself a huge boon. Just to sit together. Of course, we're here to share ideas, so I'm going to just talk a little bit and my husband's going to carry on. Our family has some property in the Bahamas, and this is an island called Eleuthera in the Bahamas. You may or may not have heard of it. It's not one of the main islands. On this island, most of the residents don't have any medical care. If they do need medical care, they usually go without it, or they need to borrow money or find someone to support them. Then they have to go off island. So that's another expense to get to Nassau. This is just hitting home more because now we have friends there. We've had property there for about 10 years. And like an older friend of ours, because he hasn't had medical attention to his eyes, he's losing them. So anyway, we want to plant a seed, if it's at all possible, to get KARUNA, SEVA, even just the eye. I don't know if it's worth going there just for the eye clinic, but even just doing something like that in Eleuthera. It's called Eleuthera.
Jai Karunamayi. Amma, thank you. My name is Eric. I'm Masha's husband. I'm a devotee of Amma, and when Amma first touched me, I have a very long story that I am not going to tell here, but I will sum it up in that Amma touched my heart and drove me to SEVA. We organized Philadelphia as best that we could. And when I felt my own needs weren't being satisfied in terms of devoting myself to charity and helping my fellow brothers, I became a Mason. I am now the Worshipful Master of Burlington 32 in Burlington County. I have enormous amounts of resources available. I believe that if we could co-opt other organizations, as Raul said, that they were more than happy. As a Mason, we just my lodge, we've raised, I believe it was $45,000 last year. We intend to raise $60,000 this year. We mostly focus on veterans. And more further, I've also returned to a civilian military service wherein I am the technical information specialist at a library. And my main mission is to support and to develop the young airmen and soldiers so that they can find a wholeness within themselves. Every day, every single day, I ask somebody, if money were no object, what would you be doing? And I ask that of everyone here. If money was no object, what would you be doing? It's not an easy answer. I will tell you my answer. Exactly what I'm doing right now. Where I'm at, who I am, and what I'm doing. I'm sorry. My plan is ultimately that these medical camps are desperately needed. Just in Burlington County, every morning I drive into work to get to McGuire, and I go through Mount Holly, and I see a methadone clinic with a line around the road. There's an opioid crisis in America. And then I go down a block, and I'm at the food shelter, and there is an even longer line around that food shelter. I've done as much as I possibly can to my own community to bring it up, restore it. I've reached down into the streets. I've pulled people out of crack houses and heroin places, got them into sobriety, and it's just me. There's nobody else. So, but I am charged to help and try and raise up humankind. So I charge everyone else with Allah's blessing to do the same. It's a lot of work. So the plan for these medical camps, I believe it would be better if we broaden it, touch base, we lay down a plan that's pretty much a bare bones static, like this is the medical camp. It's very nice that people can come in and do what they can when they can, but it requires commitment. It requires commitment to save a brother, to save a sister. So the plan is to co-op. I am one that would like to reach higher. I think that we should, much like Bollywood, we should incorporate various stars. We should reach out to the WHO, we should reach out to the UN, we should reach out to the Doctors Without Borders, so that not only is it local in the county, or in the state, or in the country, but around the world. Because that's really where it's at. Like, this world is falling apart. Okay, would you like to talk? I'm sorry. So, ultimately, lay out a framework of what a camp looks like. Find the roles that are necessary to fill in. Find the people to fill those roles. Those people have to act with their own directive. They got to get up off their own tails and get it done. You can't just throw your hands up or pass it off to somebody else. This is your personal responsibility. And extensive, a full comprehensive, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, all of it, because we're all one body. So we engage with what famous individuals anybody might know, or just blindly cold call, These celebrities, they have money, they want a good look. We gotta hit them there, as it were, pardon the expression. And then we have to engage the medical community. We have to get doctors kind of on the roster. And from there, we should also reach out to other philanthropic organizations that have good standing. Don't want to take money just from whomever, but somebody that, like the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, or there's no reason why we shouldn't be punching above our weight, as it were. We don't need to just kind of small time it, as it were. We need to go big time. So that's ultimately just, I was presented with the idea, and this is what I've gotten in the 24 hours that I've come so far. But Amma changed my life, and I try and change everybody else's life that I encounter that needs changing. with Amma's love. That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Now, I know Maja was very forthcoming to help out New Jersey. Knowing that Maja is in Philadelphia and New Jersey now, South Jersey. Are you able to come to North Jersey for a medical camp as an instructor, yoga instructor? Okay, good. Anybody who can act as Maja's backup, just in case, for a meditation?
Not for a meditation, but for volunteering. I live in New Jersey.
Perfect. We need volunteers. What's your name, ma'am? I'll make a note of it.
Janice Bonavino.
Jai Karunamayi. You mentioned about the heart clinic, right? So I was, Amma has given that 15-day heart attack prevention remedy. Maybe we could run like 15-day where everyone can come and we can prepare that drink and they can drink and go 15 minutes. And for the eye clinic, also Amma has a couple of remedies for cataract and eyesight improvement, Ayurvedic remedies. And other thing, spiritual remedy like Amma mentioned Aditya Hridayam and Surya Argyam.
Medical camp.
Okay, so that's another one is I know of some very dear people that got glaucoma. That's very dangerous disease. Like suddenly one day they go blind, and maybe you can include that in the screening. Like it's the eye pressure increases and it cuts the nerve, and they go blind. I know some people, so you can do the screening. Yeah.
We have had Sunita Kanimuri, and we have partnered with Lions Club to make it happen. All those things were covered, Mahalakshmi.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been well covered.
Okay.
But very good thought. Please keep coming. More thoughts.
Okay.
Keep talking.
I'll think over it. For now, I'll pass.
Right. And now regarding your Ayurveda, we have.
Please.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think we're doing well. I think this organization has been growing with Amma's leadership at the helm. It's an international organization. There's a lot of things going on all over the world events-wise, and there's a lot of things going on here in North America, which is extremely impressive. But I think we definitely need to become fantastic allocators of capital. So I know we're raising a lot. There's definitely a lot of donations coming in, which is great. But we just need to be the best allocators of capital, and then we're going to be able to grow from there. One of the ways we can do that is to basically try and use the connections we have right now to try and get closer to celebrities, A-list celebrities, even B-list celebrities, maybe even politicians, other leaders, and introduce them to Amma's blessings, because they probably get a lot further and succeed a lot more if they were close to Amma, right? So that's definitely something we can try and, framework around and architect our relationships with bigger donors, more high-profile people, and then just the money we raise, if allocating it towards these programs, yes, it's all very important, but just also towards marketing efforts. We definitely want more people to know about Amma, and at the end of the day, that comes down to impressions, whether it's advertising, right, online, or even TV, if we're, depending on how the team wants to run ads. The marketing team, I'm not familiar with who they are quite as of now, but it comes down to impressions, and then just gaining traction. Traction is the name of the game here. How are we going to create traction? Because we have such a great solution here that's literally, it's world class, it's unlike anything else in the spiritual world or in this space. We should be generating lots of traction where people are like, oh my God, it's Amma, or just as soon as they see, you know, a marketing effort or an ad for the first time, oh my God, what is that? That looks like perfection, because that's what it is, it's perfection. I need to click on this, I need to go see them, I need to buy a book, I need to read, I need to understand what this is, and then immediately get integrated into our community. And then eventually, you know, they'll probably end up donating and sponsoring things, which would contribute even more to our efforts. But traction is really the most important thing. So that's going to require is just, you know, the right people, as you know, one of our friends said here, doing the right things, and just developing the solution further, which is like, like everything she says. So yeah, that's something we want to work on going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Who do you think can lead this effort of reaching out to star campaigners, could be the Hollywood stars or politicians? Any suggestions? It's a nice thought, but we need somebody to take the torch and run with it, right? Who can volunteer for doing those things?
So I'm not familiar with who's on the team right now. because I'm not an insider in the organization per se. I know there's people that work for Amma that handle things like you know, meeting with the Bollywood star, whoever it is. So I'm not familiar with how the HR hierarchy and system or tree works within Amma's organization exactly. But whoever's spearheading those efforts right now should definitely try and, you know, potentially consider some new efforts to reach new people, pursue some new people. And if we need a new person or two, that's fine as well. We can definitely look into onboarding someone new. I'm personally getting into politics right now. I'd love to help. I have a lot of work on my plate right now, but obviously this is all volunteer. It's super important. And you know, my mother is just such a huge fan of Amma. I'd love it, even at some point in the future, 6 months from now, if I'm, you know, with a little bit less work on my plate, to be able to, you know, spend some hours and time reaching out to connections that I have, people that I know, people that they know, to try and curry up. There's some politicians and stuff that I know, but like, that's me personally, but definitely within the organization already, we should definitely see, you know, who can do stuff like what we saw up there with the Bollywood star, and then see if they can potentially, if that person in Bollywood has friends, whoever knows him should try and, you know, develop the connection and bridges to his friends.
So this goes back to Jack and Lavanya, that's why she's smiling.
You know they're the best. They've been handling this whole thing, right? So you know they're the best. I'm gonna go to pass the mic. Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
Kalki.
Kalki.
Yeah. Thank you.
And as Karthik just mentioned, his mother is that sitting next to me, Suma, can also help very much. I think Suma, you have to now step forward. You've been hiding behind, but I'm forcing you to step forward now.
Hello, Jai Karunamayi. So, Amma, I wrote you a letter today that I was putting in an envelope for you. And I thought bringing it to this table is a great idea. And you've given me the courage from your teachings. So I'm going to read it. And it does help with the financial aspect that he's saying. So I hope you all have open ears. I'm truly grateful for having you in my life in this journey for over 30 years, since meeting you in 1996. Your love, your guidance, and innumerable blessings I want to give back to SMBA Trust and to you. I have a big way to do that, and this idea has developed from last year. It's a way that we can organize and create real financial freedom to help with these SEVA initiatives. So this idea, I feel, will help SMVA Trust, your mission, and the devotees who follow you from all parts of this world. I developed this idea last year and drafted a structure for a Sri Karunamayi mobile app, and partially a business plan, but that's still in rough. I would love to talk to you more about it and get your blessing along with the trustees of SMVA Trust. This structure of the mobile app will bring in connection that will connect people in a unique way via the web. And it would be a subscription-based with partially free subscription for some content and monthly subscriptions as low as $5 a month, potentially earning the organization a lot of money. But the benefits are innumerable. They would help organize communication with devotees and new disciples for your divine mission, slokas, teachings, and practice. The mobile app, like I said, will be subscription-based and available for free content and paid content. This will help to also organize contact databases from all different organizations, so that when we need to reach out to a politician or when we need to raise money or communicate for other humanity things, such as it will be easier. As a devotee, I struggle with being able to listen to the many CDs I have purchased over the years. I miss playing them while in my car. I miss chanting Kagamala, Utanjaya, and so many offerings. I thought hard how to get this content to the new digital age. I've asked the bookstore at your programs to find music online. There is not an option, it's very limited. Still, CDs is the best option for your bookstore. This would change that. I see a unique offering that will be balanced with only approved content by you and SMVA Trust. I am deeply devoted to keeping this project moving forward only with your grace.
I think that's a fantastic idea for perhaps Gokul and the SMVA Trust to discuss internally. I've made a note of it, ma'am. So I'll bring it up to Gokul's attention, and perhaps Gokul will talk to SMVA Trust on the feasibility of the idea. Yeah, you had a thought, ma'am.
Amma, I was thinking that I am here for 20 plus years, and I have dealt with different life challenges, and I realized that especially after COVID, a lot of people were dealing with mental health challenges. I think if we incorporate that aspect also in every treatment plan or any camps, that would be great. Like even cancer patients, they have to go for mental health issue later after treatment, in any kind of life situation also. And when she was talking about an app, and I was thinking that there are some, I also downloaded some app regarding sleep or anything. So I was thinking for mental health challenges, as a Sri Karunamayi Center, we can have something like that. And even though we cannot go in person, we can always connect with people by phone or internet or with app. We can chat directly, because that's what I have been doing in different challenges. So there is a wide scope in that area, And I think we should add mental health issue, because I also dealt with depression for a while.
Absolutely. Psychiatrists are actually a part of a medical camp, Amma. When we have performed medical camps in the Seattle area with Usha, Amma and team, they did fantastic jobs. As you know, in Seattle area, mental health challenges are made much more than the remaining parts of the country. So to answer your question, it's definitely an integral part of a medical camp. It is a part of a medical camp. Thank you. Thank you for it. Any fresh ideas? Lavanya, you want to talk about something for a few minutes? Okay. And I'm making a note of suggestions so that we could take it up with Gokul and the SEVA Trust. Sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't have any suggestions, but I can talk about Narayan Sama, what we are doing.
Yes. So suggestions for improving Narayan Seva, which is feeding the hungry, number one, and taking it to new places outside Jersey, number two.
Actually, if we can do the Seva in New Jersey, we have a lot of shelter homes and we have a lot of churches where they need food here. Actually, the idea came from when Amma visited us in 2012, and one of the devotee asked, why don't we do, Amma asked us to do Madhav Seva, Narayan Seva at that time. So I started doing it by myself, and then we all became a group, and we did a lot of Narayan Seva with the Sumnat Garu, Rahul, Pavitra, and everyone, Ishwaran, Sirishji. So we did with the churches, and right now we are doing with the Kochnan shelter, which is in Edison. That is a shelter for, they don't allow photographs because it's they give shelter to certain people, they don't want any photographs, right? So almost every month we give the food for them. Now they became so used to us, they want Indian food. And so this is all with the blessing of Amma.
Indian food, rice they are eating?
Yeah, Amma. They want me to prepare something and give it to them. But mild. So this whole idea has been from Amma, and we have been doing it for almost like 14 years, 13 years, I think.
How do we take this to other states across America and other countries across the world to spread Amma's love? Suggestions, please.
Karunamayi Amma. I'm not quite sure about how to take to the other states, but as Amma blessed, I had my 2 kids, like for any birthday celebration we started like with Narayan Seva, like donating food to all these organizations what just Lavanya mentioned. I think if we can like think of like doing the same drive like in different states, introducing it like by our organization, in like taking it to different shelter homes, like having their birthdays, parties celebrated like in that atmosphere, basically with the shelter homes, with the instead of like for the children, like we can take it to children's place, like, and what was that the place we did like for the children? Is it Oslam shelter house? Yeah. That was for children, and for like Trenton it was for adults. That's what we did. We identified certain locations in each area which is closer to us, because we were like all like in pretty much like in central part of New Jersey, which we could do. But as Rahul was asking, we have to identify people in northern part and southern part where they can help us like to continue the seva.
Great, Vishama. And one more part, Vishama. On the same point, we know for a fact a lot of food gets wasted around the world. So there are ways of not going it waste. Right? Any ideas on how we could plug it and feed the hungry?
So I will talk about, you asked Rahul your question, how do we take to other states? Recently I just, my project ended last year and I have retired. I am working with my local towns, the administration, I get call, email every couple of days. There are a lot of people who are not qualified as needy people, but they do need support. Don't bring religion into it, but so don't bring religion into it, but donate. I take the food to their social services. I go there, person, what is the need this week? They will say, oh, we don't have a toilet tissue paper. Go ahead and collect it. You don't have to procure everything, but you have resources available to you. They love me and I love them too, because they know that what they need, they can come to me and I will make the ways to it. Mental health. we use the wrong verbiage. The reason is mental health. Nobody likes to say we are mentally retarded. But as you age, you are going to be forgiven. You have to lift them up. We sing a song, you are not alone, we are sailing with you, and they don't love you because, you know what, you don't feel down, you don't feel depressed. This is the way to do it. So go align with your local community, find out the resources, where can you help. There is no, but thank you, and this is the way to go. So government will be.
Thank you. Who wants to speak? Thank you, Dr.
So adding to the idea of meditation camp, if we can focus on senior citizens or have senior citizen clubs for the meditation camps, or if we can have Bal Vikas camps, right, for children below 25, they should know the value of meditation, as mental health is one of the important aspects for that age. That is something we can focus on. I mean, I can be a volunteer, but I cannot be the one who, you know, yeah, I'm from New Jersey. Surya.
There are good points, a couple of people pointed out. There are many resources available that we need to connect with it. But there are mental health institutions. There is an organization called Sati, an organization called Samhin. This is in New Jersey, of course. But one point is that in different states, the leaders, we can identify the leaders, and they have to approach the available resources. There are so many resources, so much available that we don't know. And we have been fortunate in many ways of, you know, connecting with these people, connecting these services. Some services are very local, meaning that, you know, only counties can provide to the county residents and all that sort of thing. Doesn't matter. Wherever we're doing the camp, if we're doing a camp in Camden, so Camden County, if we're doing in Somerset County, and I'm just talking about New Jersey, but that is doable. We need to do that. I think mental health has become an issue. Not that it wasn't before, but it has become, people have been more aware of that. Especially in Indian community, it's a taboo. It's very much of a taboo. And that is where we have to come up and say that, look, this is resources available, anonymously suggested that, you know, have some way of connecting person on a one-on-one without being exposed to other people, because there is always the fear that I have this disability, whatever disability, I'm wearing glasses, I have a disability, and accepting that, it's a big problem. But one point is that resources are available. Look for resources. If not, you can reach out to me, to Daksha. We have many connections. We will be able to help you people to identify your local resources in New Jersey.
We have. Yes. To answer your point, brother, our friends and brothers and sisters from the East Brunswick Sai Center, one of our brothers sitting right there in the corner, we went to actually the senior citizen homes a few years ago, much before COVID, just to show up there and tell them that we are here to support them, that they're not lonely. I think it's a very good idea. We should restart those efforts. For whatever reason, we went there as East Brunswick Sai Center team members. That was a while ago. Very good point. Thank you for bringing it up. I'll make a note of it. But we'll have to identify who can do that in New Jersey. Who can do that?
To fill that in with the apps, there's so many Amma devotees who are alone. Most of them are elderly. And so if we can use the app to connect them, because they would love to chant together. Just even Om Namah Shivaya 108 times every night at 8 p.m. or whatever. You know?
Yeah, I just wanted to actually second the motion on the app idea. It's a great idea. For a solution like this, with Amma's popularity, that's something that, you know, we already have a lot of traction. We can gain more traction with that. I don't know if, I just, first of all, I just think if that's gonna happen, that's gonna go down, the right people, having the right people on that team are the most important thing. Hiring the wrong people is a complete waste of time and resources. So we just definitely want to make sure that whoever's hired, the engineers and the product manager for that, are the right people, hopefully like among the best. That way we can get them quickly on time and the product is good and, you know, we're just avoid troubles. If there is a decision made to proceed with that, it would probably be able to get done before December of this year, even New Year's. And then certain things would have to be discussed and debated, like whether it's going to be, I think it should be free to download, and then once you download it, there are things you can buy and subscribe to within the app. Definitely some talks with, like maybe communication between members, and because obviously there's already really like dedicated users that we're seeing right here, devotees that just love Amma so much, that would translate very well into mobile, iPhone, Android, computer, basically into an app, and that could generate a lot of like revenue through donations and capital, like potentially millions, like. So yeah, that was just my opinion on that.
And also just, and he was talking about marketing. If you had an app, it's going to be very easy to market QR codes and so forth. I'm very familiar with marketing, so it's a good idea. Thank you.
Hi. I think that if it's possible that you get someone to do some scripts for people that want to help volunteer, or to try to get other people to volunteer, it'll make it easier for them instead of trying to think of it, and if they get nervous or trying to make these phone calls, they'll have something to look at, including for the medication camps and, you know, finding A and B stars. I actually possibly know people that do, because they're working in Manhattan and everything, but I would need something a little more on the upper side to actually tell them what we're looking for, rather than me just trying to stumble it out of my mouth. So I think having some kind of scripts for people that want to volunteer or get volunteers would be a good idea.
Rahul, to answer your question, we have Jagdishwar is doing several food programs, Narayan Seva, in India in several places. And recently he opened a water cooler in a place where there is no water at all. And the most of the food was given like to the beggars who were on the bridges and sleeping under the bridges. Blankets were given, and we so many things were done last 2 years, 3 years. And to speak about the elderly people, in New Jersey he has been supporting on Amma's name. Elderly people, we give our office for their programs, houses or whatever they want, so that they can get free, no need of any halls or anything. So, and we donate to them to have it. We provide the food and everything, and we create some entertainment so that they all can come under one roof and they can enjoy. They come from old age homes, and also they come from different places who are staying alone. So because we know so many people who are above age 70 years and also coming, they are staying in their own homes because they want to live alone. They want to live like that. They don't want to go and depend on someone. So they want to be with their age group. So when they want something like that, we are providing them like everything, like so that they don't get any no money issues or anything. So they just come there and they enjoy the thing and they go relax and go. So that's what we are
doing.
Great. Yeah.
To take that to the next level, any partnerships we can think of?
Yeah, that's what we are thinking in.
That I could document so that we could work on the partnerships.
Actually, my husband is not here, so he will be here tomorrow. So you can talk with him. He is doing all these things on Amma's name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beloved Amma and all the devotees, about this forum, it was a great opportunity to just look within, to look within. And I'm part of the sacred community Amastana, and we're here. And I wrote a few words to share what we're doing. Put the mic to your mouth. Oh, well, excuse me, thank you. What we're doing. And I just always, for myself, every morning, I think when we're talking about where do we take this, first, it seems we should take it within. And every morning, do our SEVA of being grateful. And in Blessed Souls 1, just in the introduction, it's written Alma's mission for meditation for each of us and selfless service. So where do we go? How about right here? And Amma just ended her greetings to us this day by looking at what's internal, not external. So one of the things that I wrote, and I would just like to share quickly, is that as a member of this sacred community, Amastana, here in New Jersey, we practice a daily lifestyle of meditation and service to all beings. And in one of those ways, it's just a visualization for the welfare of all beings in our meditation. And we have regular retreats on spiritual, sacred teachings. We share yoga techniques with, I for instance, live in New York City. There's numerous opportunities just as you walk down the street, seeing people you know, and just being able to say hello. That's a simple thing. But helping those people that we know in our own life, in our houses, to make harmony, to come to the breath, to be present to the moment, just to merely observe how we are acting ourselves. Look at yourself, Amma has always said to us. So through those daily contributions to the light, it's being an instrument to Amma, the number one. And all the rest will be taken care of. Possibilities happen. Thank you, Amma, for listening.
Now, one more thing before I forget this. Somebody mentioned about United Nations earlier. So yeah, thank you, sir. So if you think about one level deeper, each of these tasks we're doing for Amma's organization, the Free Eye Camp, Free Blood Drive, Food Drive, this ties into the UN's SDGs. It's called Sustainable Development Goals. So if we could present that report, the statistics, it'll be so nice if we can get UN onboarded and shake hands with us. We could take it to the next level in terms of scalability of the programs. There you go. Sustainable Development Goals. And I think each of these things that we're doing aligns so well with those goals. I know we're touching on multiple topics of medical camp, we spoke about blood drive, we spoke about Narayan Seva. So anything else? So please, this is a forum where we can think outside the box. You don't have to limit yourself to these 3 points, right? Any ideas that you can think, any suggestions that can map to those sustainable development goals, please? It could be medical, it could be dental, it could be eye, wherever you think Amma's organization can add value to those UN goals as a team.
Jai Swaraajya. A few days ago, Mother was talking about how houses were built in ancient Hopi and how they were built very thick, beautiful walls out of earth, out of Mother Earth. Some years ago when I was doing SEVA for Mother in Penicilla, I learned about an institute in Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu, called the Oroville Earth Institute. And they've been doing some really fantastic work with helping people to build homes in an inexpensive way from Mother Earth. And I always thought that it would be a wonderful project. At the time that I was doing SEVA for Mother, Mother was building homes for local people in her area, in her region near the ashram. And I always thought that it would be a great idea to get some of maybe her college graduate students or other people interested in architecture and engineering to go to the Oroville Earth Institute and get their training. They have a multiple-week training where you can go and learn how to build these buildings out of Mother Earth. And so the idea was to get a core of people and then local people, local workers, and just get a team together and start to train them on how to build these houses out of earth. And then they could go and train other people, and it could be something that seeded itself and moved along. And the costs are relatively low. It's basically often on the site that you're going to build on, you can get most of the earth that you need from there. And they do mix in a small amount of cement, but they're not primitive houses. I mean, they build beautiful 3-story houses out of these things that are magnificent. So we're not talking about some kind of crude construction. We're talking about actually some very beautiful architecture. And you can even, there's basically 2 types. You can make brick, different types of very elaborate and intricate bricks that lock together very beautifully, or you can do a whole wall at a time where you put up two platforms, or forms I should say, and then tamp in between. That's called rammed earth, and the others are kind of rammed earth brick. But it's a very interesting way of building, and I think it fits very well with Mother's mission of Mother Earth providing for us. Thank you.
Perhaps, Johnny, could planting of trees and plants contribute?
Sure, of course. You know, I mean, you would often, I think, when you build, if you're going to try to get most of your soil right from that site that you're building on, you know, you're basically designing the landscape, and so easily you could design into your plan for trees, you know, fruiting trees or whatever that you would like. So that, and often, sometimes when people don't have a big space of land that they're going to build on, what they do is they dig out a pond and dig down a few feet, and then that allows for the water, for the trees, for plants. So it actually could be a whole ecological system that could be built on one piece of property.
So in that, you know, that's a wonderful idea. I just was going to say that perhaps it is planting trees and all that sort of thing is wonderful, but one thing we need to know, and we've been told many times, is to conserve. First of all, instead of cutting trees, how can we just stop cutting trees? How can we stay our thermostat in summertime to 80 degrees and or instead of 72 or 73 degrees? That makes kind of difference, and that adds to what was just said. In addition to do that, so that is again a learning process. We have to do that. We have to stop. You know, Rahul just said sometimes we waste so much food. We don't think of it. We just don't think of it. So that is a mind attitude, and we have to change that. They have to change, and that leadership. You don't need it. You have to do it, and it will stay on in all the state. It doesn't have to be in New Jersey. It doesn't have to be in New York. It can go all the way. But we have to do that thing. Unfortunately, and I will go out and say it out loud here, is that I have seen in the last 2 days the food that we have wasted. Pardon me, it hurts me to say this thing, but that is a fact. And we have to think before even one drop or one spoon that you throw it away. I said, why am I doing this? Thank you.
Namaskaram, Amma. Na peru Shivakumar Anand. So my name is Shivakumar Anand. I'm associated with, I know Amma so many years through Lavanya Garu and Jagdish Garu. I'm traveling with Jagdish Garu and Lavanya Garu more than 10 years. With the help of them, we introduced one channel, TV channel. So we are running together. In India, we have a team. Whenever Amma comes, I cover photos and videos. So I impressed with Amma what she is doing. Not only India, throughout the world, she is doing a very nice job. You know, especially for younger generation, we have to give our tradition to the younger generation. So that's the main important. Younger people are most important to the world. So that's what I believe. And one suggestion is that in USA they have more than like 100 organizations, non-profit organizations, Telugu organizations, or in India, like Rajasthan, every state they have a lot of organizations, and they raise millions of dollars per year, and they do some programs every year. So why don't we introduce? I'll give you the list if you want, all organizations. Why don't we introduce Amma to their organizations so that it helps. That's what I'm thinking. So whatever Amma doing, social cause, not only medical, health, and any aspect, it helps a lot. This is a good cause for the world. So that's what I'm thinking. It's a nice help for younger generation. Like us, we went through a lot to come here and to struggle. For younger generation, they don't know what the struggles are. We have to teach them our traditions, respect to elders. Especially we are losing that, day by day. They're not giving any respect to elders. Whatever they want, they are doing it. That's the main thing, main concern to give a child, the younger generation. So that's what my idea, there are so many organizations. So if you have any flyer, what Amma doing, they can pass on to their organizations. So they can plan, all their non-profit organizations. 1% the organizations helps, it helps a lot to the world. So that's my concern. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Could you give 2 examples, sir? Could you give? Can you give 2 examples?
Yeah.
What I meant was, you said many organizations can partner with us, right?
Yes.
Can you give 2 examples of this team here
Yeah.
can give food for thought and think over it deeper?
Yeah, sure.
2 examples of that list of organizations you're talking about that we could potentially partner with.
Yes.
In SEVA activities.
Yeah, one example I can give you. Telugu organization, there are more than 30,000 members are there in Thana, Telugu American organization, and ATA, there are national organizations, Thana, NATA, ATA, TFAS, these are national organizations, and if you go every state, they have local organizations. They literally raise millions of dollars every year. So they spend call Bollywood actors, some political leaders, they do big conferences, like 3-day conferences. So what they are collecting millions, they can spend like a 1-2% like this organization will be, society will be helpful. So if you want, I can give you more than like a 20-30 organization names, phone numbers, whatever, emails. So you can contact them, what Amma doing. Definitely they will impress and they can help.
Who can be the torch bearer for this? I need some volunteers. Who can do that talking with the organizations?
Namaste. Sri wanted to present a perspective from the children's perspective.
A big influence kids face in America in this generation is pressure from other peers, and that can really affect a child's growth in positive and negative ways. If we can get more kids involved, it will help them to contribute in a positive way and help them get away from their devices so they can serve our community. And in return, they will also reap benefits by learning to connect with others.
Super. You want to take the lead? You want to take the lead in working with your school friends? You okay with that? Super.
Amma and Sri, now that
To tie this together, I'm wondering if we can add to Amma's KARUNA SEVA projects, tree planting. SEVA. This is to go with the sustainability and communities for New Jersey. We all know we live in the most densely populated state, and we drive around, you know, our area, we see it's just getting bigger and bigger. It's like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So, and I think it's a great thing to get the kids involved and also the adults, because we need to be outside giving back to Mother Nature. So we're planting the seed to do it with the children, the younger generation that we're all talking about, so that they don't get into depression, you know, so that they grow up together doing good deeds.
Fantastic, fantastic. Sri, on the same topic, can we have a target to have a kids meditation retreat at your school, from your school, next year? Gokul will be the happiest boy here. It's Gokul's brainchild. How about we have planning a kids retreat next year? Okay, so who can partner with Sri to make it happen? At least 30 participants. How about that?
I'll help plant trees.
Who wants to help Sri?
I'll help plant trees.
Okay, so can we have a target of 30 participants for next year's retreat? Is it doable? Or you will say 50 is doable? No, let's have small targets. Yeah. Maja is going to work with Sri for a kids retreat next year. Yay! Good job, Sri.
I just wanted to capstone back just on a couple of points that other people had brought up that I definitely agree with. One being the app. I will 1,000 times second that motion. I think that the app could be, much as it said, a free bit, you know, and then there's paid bit to develop income and some liquidity for the charity. I would say that connecting other devotees to other devotees is a good thing, but we should be wary. One individual that is not trained in the necessities that are required to deal with somebody with mental health issues should steer and veer away from trying to give advice that's uneducated. You wouldn't take your body to a mechanic to get your leg fixed, right? So you don't go to somebody else that's not trained in psychology or therapy. But the community support is just as good. It's just as important, because if it's one person just going to a doctor talking, I have my cat, my dog, and the work, you know, they go home, they're just miserable still. So it's connecting with people that are alone is definitely worth it. Just be wary of that. The other thing of the co-opting of the UN, the Doctors Without Borders, WHO, I can reach out to some of my connections. I will also reach out to my Masonic Grand Lodge and also work at my lodge level to try and gather more people to come together. I would also say, somebody had mentioned something in regards to secularism. And I mean, no offense for anybody, but if it just seems like it's a bunch of like Indian people, you know, and you know, you're trying to co-opt everybody, we have to be open. We have to be willing to share both our culture and make it an exchange. So it's not a, you know, oh, well, only Indians can come to this. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. We don't even want a whiff of that. So secularism, while being spiritual is extremely important, and everybody should carry their own spiritual practice however they see and feel fit, we have to allow everybody else to have theirs. So those were just my capstone notes.
And Sri, to your point, what we could do is, if you're able to get your friends to volunteer, SMBA Trust can give volunteer hours, community service certificate for those people. So it won't go waste. It'll help you in your higher studies and university admissions. You know that, right? Sri? Perfect. Go.
Also, can I suggest something? On the Havan, can I recruit other people my age to help and volunteer and do seva for Amma to like start and get things going?
Seva plus you will certificate for that seva.
And on that note,
It's already 7:15. In our world, so our blue planet is very beautiful. 196 countries in our world. 196 countries in our beautiful planet. And 730 crores population on our Mother Earth. There are 6,500 languages people are speaking. And 4,200 religions in the world. So beautiful, everything is so beautiful. We are speaking about Narayana Seva, so many years onwards our children doing an incredible job. If we do the Narayana Seva, Annadhanam, food service, it's going to fulfill the hungry of the people. Education service, Vidyadhanam, it's going to give new life for the people. And then it is end for the poverty in their life. And the blood donation, Raktadhanam, we are giving life for people who are on the deathbed. So it is very incredible. So we are feeling blood donation is the greatest charity. And then in India, 25 years onwards, so many people are participating in our Raktadhanam charities, blood donation charities. So June 14th every year we have the International Blood Charity Day, and all our groups of people are doing that already in the world. For the blood donation, there is no caste, no creed, no religion. Everybody blood is only red in color. We are not in the limitations of the country, continent and caste and who you are and white or black, it doesn't matter. All our blood is only red in color. We are giving life to somebody with the charity of the blood. I like it so much. I like the charity of the food charity, Narayana Seva. I love education service. Education must not be self. Which have to be the charity, we have to give the education charity. If any time when we sell the education, the quality of Saraswati education will be comes down. And blood charity is also super like anything. So whatever the blood we are giving as charity, it is giving a new life to somebody, a new life for somebody. Definitely we are welcoming all the people in the entire world through this program. Give the blood charity to all the people. Today, how is our society? Between human being and human being, the relationship is only the need only. Just only the need. Not the tender relationships are slowly disappearing. In this time, all of you are coming forward, speaking all these things. I was inspired so much. I encourage all of you to do the beautiful charities to the world. Today, between human being and human being, just only the need, that's only that. Our relationship is only just a need only. It is very heinous. I don't like it. We have to open our hearts and come forward, do the Narayana Seva, education Seva, medication Seva, blood donation Seva, charity of the homes, and we did small things, all the things, charity of the home. We spent a lot of millions on these water projects and housing projects and leprosy projects and the tricycles and all the things. With all of your support, we did the programs. We have to do more and more through the Karuna Seva in the entire world. What Rahul says. I welcome all my beloved children today for the beautiful program. Thank you so much. So we need all of your support for these programs. Definitely we have to come forward, all of us, not just talking, we have to put it in practice. That is very essential. But the Daksha has spoken, a lot of food is there. So some food is, they just, date is expired, but food is not spoiled. So that food people want to give charity also. We can give the food to the Narayana Seva also for the people. Lot of people. In Houston, Austin, one of my son, he was doing this incredible. Narayana Seva, so many years onwards. Usha in Seattle, all the people, lot of people everywhere in the country doing so much. I really appreciate all of you who is doing Narayana Seva and medical camps and all the things here in India. I love you so much. My love and respect and gratitude to my beloved children. Amma's, you have long life and good life and bright future. Like we have to continue. Let our relationship with the world, it must not be need. It must not be need. It must be a tender, divine relationship. It must be a very divine, cosmic connection to heart. We have to develop that and love this world like our own home. Serve the people. I felt about this world. All of you are nothing but my flesh, my blood, my bones, my supreme self. With that feeling only I came to all of you. I really honor all of your seva all these years. I'm encouraging again and again to all of you do more sevas until our last breath. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Dr. Danner. Thanks. I just wanted to comment about the banner. That would be really nice if we had shirts printed up like that for us to wear and sing God's glory of the service. Great conversation starter to wear a T-shirt. I know it costs money, but maybe we could all, put some money in the pot for something like that. A shirt. It helps, as a conversation starter to the people that we talk to on a daily basis.
Thank you, children. Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you, children. Thank you so much for all of you.
Namaste, everyone. So now we're going to reorganise the room to revert it back to the way it was before. So all of those volunteers that helped move the tables in, can we ask that you help move the tables out? We'll fold all the tablecloths that are on top and put them in a separate pile. And all those people that helped remove the furniture blankets and the white sheets, can we move them back to the way that they were? And reorganise the chairs back to the way they were.